want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m., check out. Might give her one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right.
All right, Coach, they've got right around 100,000 packed in here like sardines at AT&T Stadium. And with the roof closed and the bottled waters flowing, figures to be a loud and raucous atmosphere in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. On the move to his left. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now Austin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 36.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big 30-yard play on third. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
On first down, Carson trying to run inside, but nothing there. The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here we go, 59, 56. Come on. Here we go, 47. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check 56. I got one. 46.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On first, they go right back to Howard. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go. Wait. Mike 54.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Running with Howard.
I got you, boy.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Austin. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
Here we go. 6 right there, 56. You remember me? You remember me? Then we're going to 53. Sponge. No. 26.
From the 38, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
We're going to 54. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
65.
They run with Howard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Third down, here's Geis. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
From the 44, Prescott. They'll run the screen with Carson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Right there, 56. Here we go. Hey, 47. Mike 56, Mike 56. Go to 54, Line. Slam.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
47. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the slam.
Now Prescott. That's complete to Cobb.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Josh Doxson's got it complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
A gain of 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Haskins to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Finding room inside the 40. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 16th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Kill. 47. We're going to 53. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the room. Mike, 56.
Final play of the half. Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first down chance at their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
He's crashing. He's checking crashing.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Count. 56. We're going to 54. 56. Down to lose 1. Big ass.
Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Prescott completes this one to Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. 56. Check 56. Hey, get. Here we go. 46. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Watch the run. Over.
First down, Prescott. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now the former Redskin 1,000-yard man. This is Alfred Morris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing. Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now Thompson. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now.
And it's 3rd down.
Set, ready. 70 in. Rip right.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Back to the ground on first, it's Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Geis. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Kill. Then we're going to 53.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott, throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's get it. Here we go. 56. Hey, come on now. Here we go. Going to 54. 56. Check 56. I'm coming for you, son. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. This is brought in at the 21. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now.
Let's get out there. Here we go, 47. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Yeah. 26.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott, and he slings one that's incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
The Cowboys on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. On first down, they run with Howard. And he's got this down to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Keeps himself upright. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Washington.
On the double. 5-4. Mike 5-4. Switch up, switch up.
From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Trey Quinn, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
23 yards, the final tally.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Go right in. Mike's 50. Hey, 47. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56. We're going to 54. Wide in. Check, check, check. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. Touchdown, Cowboys! Cameron Meredith, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Here's Carson. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Here we go. We're going to 53. He's checking. Crash.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
Hey, kill. 57. 56. I'm coming after you. Here we go. Go to 54. 180. 26.
Prescott. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Buddy up!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Haskins to throw. A deep ball for Dotson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We're going to 53. We're going to 54.
Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Prescott to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Back to throw. They'll run the screen with Carson. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
We're going 47. We're going to 54.
Now Prescott. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And I tell you, these division games, never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Washington, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our